Hello to all my lovely homemakers. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Just the other day, I had coffee with an old colleague. She's Japanese and has been living in Vietnam for many years. We were chatting about everything from work to home life, and at one point I sighed and said, "My wardrobe always feels full, but somehow every morning I still feel like I have nothing to wear." She smiled gently and said, "In Japan, we call that the heaviness of holding on to things that no longer belong to who we are." That one sentence stuck with me all afternoon. And she was right. I'd been keeping so many pieces out of guilt, out of just in case, or hope that maybe one day they'd fit again. But all it really did was make my closet feel more cluttered and make me dread opening it. That night I went home and tried the exact approach she shared, simple, not extreme, and most importantly, realistic. The results were real. I stopped needing to reorganize every weekend. I could get dressed in under 2 minutes. And that sense of calm spread beyond just the wardrobe. In today's video, I'm going to share 12 categories of items that Japanese women often let go of to create a home that feels lighter, calmer, and easier to live in, not just tidy, but truly supportive of daily life. And if you follow along with what I'm sharing today, here's what you'll gain. No more refolding and reorganizing your wardrobe every week. Faster, easier mornings, where choosing what to wear takes seconds. A clear space that doesn't make you feel stuck or annoyed. Freedom from silent pressure caused by maybe one-day items. And most importantly, a closet that reflects who you are right now, not who you used to be or wish you were. The final item on this list might surprise you because it's hiding somewhere you'd never expect. Stick around to find out what it is. While we were having coffee, my Japanese friend said something so simple, but it's stuck with me ever since. Your closet shouldn't be filled with people you no longer are. At the time, I just smiled and nodded. But when I got home and opened my wardrobe, I knew exactly what she meant. We're talking about the pieces you keep, not because you wear them, but because you once thought you should. Maybe it's a dress you bought for a special event that never happened. Maybe it's a blouse that looks professional but never feels like you. Or a pair of jeans from a time you thought you'd get back to. I had a black silk dress like that. It was elegant, tasteful, and never worn. I told myself I'd need it someday for some formal occasion. But deep down I knew I don't go to events like that. I don't like the way it feels. And honestly, I don't feel like myself in it. Every time I saw that dress, it felt like I was keeping a version of me I thought I needed to become, not someone I actually was. And here's what I've learned. If you never reach for it in your real everyday life, it doesn't belong in your space. Let go of the pieces you keep for maybe, or in case, or when I'm better. A closet that reflects who you are right now will never make you feel like you're behind. Pick out a few items you haven't worn in the last 6 months. Ask yourself, would I honestly wear this today? Not for an event. Not for a version of me I'm still chasing, just today. If the answer isn't a clear yes, maybe it's time to let it go. And once I started letting go of those maybe someday clothes, it opened my eyes to how much other clutter was quietly draining me too. Not just in the closet, but in drawers, cabinets, and corners I hadn't looked at in years. That experience changed how I think about every item I keep. I'll talk more about that tomorrow, and trust me, it's the kind of shift that sticks with you. And once you start letting go of what doesn't feel like you anymore, you'll start to notice something else that takes up space. The clothes that don't even fit, but that we keep hoping they might again someday. Now, moving into the second tip, let's talk about something many of us hold on to just out of hope. The clothes that no longer fit and haven't for a long time. Not long after that coffee chat, I finally opened a drawer I'd been ignoring for months, the one full of someday clothes. You probably know the ones I mean, the jeans that used to zip the skirt that only fits if you don't breathe, the tops that now cling in all the wrong places. The truth is, most of us don't keep these pieces because we love them. We keep them because they remind us of who we used to be or who we wish we still were. It's rarely about the fabric. It's about the pressure and emotion that piece carries. I used to hold on to a pair of jeans that fit me perfectly back in the day. I felt confident in them. They were my jeans. But year after year, they sat untouched in the drawer. Every time I saw them, I felt a tiny pang of guilt, like I had failed somehow by not fitting into them anymore. Like I owed it to those jeans or to myself to get back there. But one day I asked myself, even if they fit again, would I actually want to wear them? Would I feel good in them now as the person I am? And honestly, the answer was no. My body had changed, yes, but so had my style, my comfort, my lifestyle. The jeans didn't fit anymore in more ways than one. So I let them go. And with them, I let go of the guilt. The drawer felt lighter, and so did I. If you're holding on to clothing just because of the number on the tag, or because you feel like you should fit into it again one day, pause and ask, does this still reflect who I am now, or is it just keeping me stuck? Once you let go of clothes that no longer fit your body, it becomes easier to see what no longer fits your life. And that brings us to our next category, those pieces we keep from old jobs past, hobbies, or roles we've outgrown completely. One thing my Japanese friend said that really stuck with me was this: your home can't feel clear if your closet is still holding onto past versions of you. And it hit me. Sometimes the clutter isn't just physical, it's emotional. We keep pieces not because we wear them, but because they remind us of who we used to be. At one point, I had a whole section of my closet filled with office wear crisp blouses, tailored skirts, even a blazer still in its dry cleaning bag. The truth, I hadn't worked in that environment in nearly 5 years, but I kept them just in case. Just in case I had a formal meeting, just in case I needed to look professional, just in case I ever went back. But slowly I began to realize these weren't just clothes. They were anchors holding me to a chapter that had already closed. And it's not just work clothes. Maybe you used to be really into a hobby and haven't touched the gear in years. Maybe you have shoes from a social life that no longer fits your current rhythm. Life evolves. And our wardrobes should reflect that shift, not fight it. One afternoon, I laid all of those past life pieces out on my bed. I asked myself, if someone gave me this today, would I honestly want to keep it? For most items, the answer was no, and that made it easier to let them go, not out of guilt, but out of honesty. What helped me the most was knowing they wouldn't go to waste. I passed them along to someone starting fresh, a young woman who was thrilled to have her first real blazer for job interviews. That made the letting go feel like a gift, not a loss. Once you release the outfits that belong to an outdated version of your life, you free up space mentally and physically for the one you're living now. And speaking of life shifting with time, our next tip is about something else that changes with seasons: our weather wardrobes and the overstuffed drawers full of maybes that come with them. All right, let's move into tip 4, the seasonal clothes we keep just in case, but somehow never wear. You know, the ones, that thick winter sweater you didn't pull out all last December? The breezy summer dress that still has the tags on it after 2 years? After my decluttering talk with my friend, I decided to take a closer look at the clothes I store by season. We live in a place with distinct weather shifts, warm springs, humid summers, and cold winters. So of course, I had bins of clothes for each one. But here's what I found every year when I swapped the wardrobes around: there were pieces I never reached for, not once. I'd unfold them, look at them, think, maybe this year, and then place them back, only for them to sit untouched all season again. One light coat in particular had survived 3 winter rotations without a single wear. It wasn't that I hated it, I just never picked it. Something about the color, the way it fit, it never felt quite right. And yet I kept it year after year. Eventually, I had to get honest. If I didn't wear it in the last full season, what were the odds I suddenly would now? And if it wasn't an absolute yes, why was I storing it like it mattered? So I made a small rule for myself: if I pull out something at the start of a season and still don't reach for it by the end, it has to go. No drama, just clarity. One practical way to test this is to turn hangers backward when you unpack your seasonal wardrobe. Each time you wear something, hang it the usual way. By the end of the season, whatever's still hanging backward, that's your answer. Letting go of seasonal clutter means you'll spend less time digging and more time enjoying what you do love to wear. And with less stuffed drawers, switching wardrobes becomes easier too. Coming up next, we'll talk about something surprisingly powerful and something that often sneaks into our homes unnoticed: the shoes we no longer actually wear. I hadn't looked closely at my shoe cabinet in months, until one morning I went digging for my everyday sandals and realized I had to move aside at least 7 pairs just to find them. That's when it hit me I was storing way too many just in case shoes that I hadn't touched in over a year. Shoes are sneaky that way. They don't clutter your countertops or fill up your dining table, but they quietly take up space, adding to the weight of your home. And most of us have at least 2 or 3 pairs we haven't worn in ages, but we keep them anyway. Why? Because we spent money on them, or we wore them to something meaningful once, or we think they might come in handy. I used to hold on to the pair of nude heels just in case a friend's wedding came up, but every single time I had a dressy event, I reached for my more comfortable low-block heels. As for those trendy white sneakers I bought online, too tight from day one. I never wore them again yet, there they sat. What I learned is this: if a pair of shoes isn't easy to slip on and walk out the door in, it's probably not worth keeping. You don't need 5 pairs for muddy days or 3 nearly identical sneakers in slightly different shades. Pick 1 or 2 that truly work for your life right now, and let the rest go without guilt. Decluttering your shoe rack is also a quiet way to reflect on your current lifestyle. Do you still commute a lot? Or do you mostly stay local and want comfort above all else? Let your shoes match that version of you. And speaking of identity, up next is a habit that touches something a little deeper. We'll talk about the clothes we buy, not for who we are, but for who we wish we were. Let's get into that next. Let's talk about the pieces we keep for a version of ourselves we wish existed but doesn't. The flowing dress we imagine wearing on some dreamy vacation. The blazer for that perfect corporate image we think we should have. The sequin top we bought thinking we'd start going to more parties. These aren't clothes for our actual life. They're for an imaginary self. And for a long time, I didn't even realize how many of those I had. I had this structured black jumpsuit. Very chic, very tailored. Not at all my usual style. I bought it after watching a fashion video online and thinking, maybe I should dress more like that. But I never wore it. Every time I tried it on, I felt like I was playing dress up. It wasn't comfortable, it wasn't me, but I kept it because letting it go felt like giving up on that better version of myself. But here's what finally shifted my thinking: that version wasn't better. It was just someone else. I started asking myself, if I saw this item in a store today, would I still want to buy it? If the answer was no, it had to go no matter how much I'd paid for it or how good I wished I felt in it. Letting go of imaginary self-clothes doesn't mean letting go of dreams. It means making room for the real you, the one who wants to feel good now, not someday. The one who knows what she actually reaches for every morning. And now that we've cleared out the clothes for the person we aren't, it's time to talk about another category that keeps us tied to the past pieces that no longer fit, but we're holding on to just in case. A few months ago, I found a long linen dress that had slipped behind my drawer. I used to love wearing it, but the zipper in the back broke over a year ago. And somehow, instead of fixing it, I just kept it there. Every time I saw it, I'd think, I should really get this repaired. But of course, I never did. We all have those pieces. A shirt with a missing button, pants that need to be hemmed, a bag with a broken strap, and they sit quietly waiting for us to take action. But deep down, we know we probably won't. The truth is, clothes that need fixing become emotional clutter. Not only are they unwearable, but they also remind us of unfinished tasks. You don't wear them, but you also don't feel free to let them go. Here's what I started doing. I gathered every item I had been meaning to fix and put them in a single bag. Then I gave myself a deadline. If I didn't get them repaired within 2 weeks, I had to let them go. And surprisingly, that small rule helped me realize most of those things weren't worth fixing. If I hadn't missed them in a year, I wouldn't miss them after decluttering either. This way, you're not just clearing space. You're also removing the mental burden of unfinished projects. It feels like a small weight lifting off your shoulders. Next, let's look at something most of us own too much of: bags, accessories, and little extras that no longer match who we are today. I'm pretty sure we've all received one of those free tote bags, maybe from an event, a store promotion, or a welcome gift. At the time, it seemed useful, but a few years later, it's still sitting in the corner, barely touched. I used to hold on to all sorts of bags, necklaces, scarves, sunglasses, thinking, well, I might use this someday. But the truth is, the more unused items I kept, the harder it was to choose the things I actually needed. A drawer full of maybe items just made everything more frustrating. Here's what helped. I pulled out every single bag and accessory and asked myself 3 questions. Do I really use it? Do I feel good when I wear it? If I saw it in a store today, would I buy it again? If I answered no to any of those, it went in the donate pile. I ended up keeping just 3 bags, 1 crossbody for errands, 1 large tote for work, and a small evening bag. The rest, I didn't miss them for a second. Since then, getting ready has become so much easier. No more digging through tangled scarves or wearing sunglasses that give me headaches. I open my drawer and actually like everything inside. Up next, let's talk about something we often hold on to out of guilt, gifts we never really wanted in the first place. Let's be honest, we've all received gifts that didn't quite fit our taste or our life. Maybe it was a sweater from a relative, a decorative item from a coworker, or a souvenir t-shirt from someone's trip abroad. And even if we never used it, we kept it. Why? Because throwing it out felt rude. I used to have a shelf full of those items, things I never wore, never used, never liked. But I kept them because I didn't want to feel ungrateful. The truth is, every time I saw them, I didn't feel joy, I felt obligated. And that's not what gifts are supposed to bring. Here's what helped me let go. I reminded myself that the purpose of a gift is to express care at the time it's given. Once it's yours, it's your choice what to do with it. You've already received the love and thought behind it. You don't have to keep the object itself forever. Now, when I come across a gift I don't use, I pause and ask, is this serving me now? If not, I let it go guilt-free. In many cases, I've even found ways to pass those items along to someone who genuinely needed or appreciated them. Decluttering these guilt gifts gave me back emotional space and physical space too. Next, we'll talk about one of the biggest sources of clutter in any wardrobe items that were trendy but never truly felt like you. I remember standing in a fitting room once holding a neon top that was all over social media at the time. I didn't really like it, but I bought it anyway, thinking everyone's wearing this. Maybe I should too. The result, I wore it once just to say I did, and then it sat in my closet. It felt off, not my style at all, and every time I saw it, I just felt silly. The thing that clutters our closets isn't always quantity, it's disconnection. When your wardrobe is filled with clothes that don't reflect who you are, you'll constantly feel like you have nothing to wear, even when the hangers are full. And often those off pieces came from trends we tried to follow, not from choices we truly loved. What helped me was shifting my questions. I stopped asking, is this trendy? And started asking, is this me? If the answer wasn't a clear yes, it didn't stay. Now my wardrobe is full of simple, versatile pieces that suit how I actually live. I don't chase trends anymore because I know what makes me feel good and what doesn't. And the next tip is about something many of us tend to collect, even though it quietly drives us nuts. Items you keep meaning to fix, but never actually do. I once had a handbag I truly loved. The material felt great, the size was perfect, and the strap fit just right. But the zipper was stuck. I set it aside, thinking I'll get it fixed next week. A few weeks passed, then a few months. And before I knew it, it had been sitting untouched at the bottom of my closet for over a year. That made me pause and take stock how many other things in my home were like that. Shirts missing a button, pants with frayed hems, lamps that didn't work. Small issues not urgent, but also not important enough to fix right away. And that's where the trap is. These items just sit there taking up space and mental energy. Every time you see them, it's like a silent reminder. Here's one more thing you haven't gotten around to. Over time, it wears you down more than you realize. So I made a rule for myself. If something needs fixing, and I'm not doing it within the next 7 days, I probably don't need it. Either fix it now or let it go. That simple shift helped me cut out so many maybe items that were quietly weighing me down. I also learned this. If something really matters to me, I won't wait. I'll fix it. But if I keep putting it off, chances are I won't miss it once it's gone. And finally, let's talk about one small category of clutter that might surprise you. But once it's gone, your space will feel instantly lighter. The final tip my Japanese friend shared hit me right in the heart, and it might do the same for you. Let go of the things you once loved but no longer reflect who you are. I used to have this deep rust-colored scarf that I adored every winter. It made me feel warm, put together, and like myself. But for the past few years, I hadn't worn it once. Every time I decluttered my winter clothes, I'd find it, hold it, smile at the memory, and then fold it neatly and put it back. Not using it, but not ready to let it go either. Just keeping it. Because I used to love it. She told me something that stayed with me in Japan. We believe if you truly loved something, you don't have to keep it forever to prove it. That one line unlocked something. I realized I was holding on to past versions of myself, not because I needed them now, but because they once felt so familiar. Since then, I've gently let go of a few more things: the shoes I wore on a big trip, a dress I loved in my 30s, a bag that used to be so me. And I didn't feel loss, I felt relief. You don't need to erase your memories. Just keep what still makes you smile, and feel free to part with what only brings up a sense of used to. That's the essence of what I've learned and applied, not to overhaul everything overnight, but to gently let go of the things that quietly weigh on you. If you're looking to save time on tidying and ease the mental clutter in your everyday life, try just one of these steps first even. That one small shift can make your space feel lighter. I also have a separate video where I walk through how to declutter specific areas of your home, which is a great next watch after this one. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe, because you deserve a living space that feels easier and calmer one simple change at a time. And if today's tips gave you even a little clarity, wait until you hear what happened when I started truly noticing everything I was holding on to, the forgotten, invisible clutter that still takes up space in our homes and minds. I'll share that story in the next video, and it's one I wish I'd heard earlier.